Still talking about developments in the energy market, and so as they continue to step up their quest for power, $112 billion, it seems a lot of money, and where they're going to get that money from, let's bring it back home. We're talking about how the monetary pronouncement will likely, of course, be affecting oil and gas, the oil and gas industry. Dolapo Oni, who is the head energy research at Ecobank, joins me now as we talk more about this. Good morning to you, Dolapo. Thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning, Harry.
Well, it seems as if the committee decided to buck the trend or the popular trend and, stay status quo on the rate. So what's next now? What impact will this decision have now on the oil and gas sector? Don't forget that the central bank actually mentioned having a flexible exchange rate policy that will be introduced. And so this should be good news, maybe, for the oil and gas sector.
It is. Well, I think the flexible FX rate is really the biggest bit of news there. And the question now will be, we need to see the modalities for two things. How will the flexible exchange rate work? And then who can actually access dollars at the small window they are still keeping for $1.99? Are petroleum importers, petroleum product importers, will they be able to access at $1.99, or will they be directed to FX window? Because again, that will have impact on if they can actually bring in products at a profit and sell at 145. So I think those will be two interesting things that the industry is looking at the moment. But as far as the rest of the decision making, keeping all the rates the same, monetary policy rates, CRR, and I think those are still those will have no effect on the industry.
But then let's talk a little bit about the other issues that have come up that are affecting the industry outside of the monetary policy. Yeah. Now, it's this vandalism of pipelines. We'll continue to see that. We'll already see about between 800 and 900,000 barrels shot in by some companies. The loss of vandals continues to impede very heavily, and those are one of the issues that were mentioned yesterday by the central bank governor while he was reading out the decisions of the MPC. And so we continue to see this shortage, but for how long?
You see, that's the issue. I mean, nobody can tell you with any certainty how long it will last, because I think two things have to happen. Number one is we have to open significant dialogue with the Niger Delta. I mean, this government really has to sit down with the various communities, the government, and also
yeah, but they have already started. They have already started, Dolapo. They've already started talking to the Niger Delta militants, and they've also said that we'll continue to look at the issues holistically with the communities, with the companies involved as well.
Yes, because it's that dialogue that will enable people, express why they are, angry, why they need to actually go and bomb pipelines and the like. We need that, because there's also a second side to it again, Harriet. Because every time they bomb a pipeline, they're talking about repair contracts also too that have to be issued as well. Some will say maybe that's even a reason why some of these are happening. If you won't give us pipeline protection contracts, then we'll get pipeline repair contracts. There are various angles to this, but I think two things have to happen. Then negotiations have to continue going, the talks have to keep on going. Then we need to increase military presence in the region as well.
But then in the short term, what's your outlook for the market? Do you expect, what's your expectation for the market?
Well, I think two things are happening. Number one is the fact that production continues to drop. And the drop in production, unfortunately, is ensuring that oil prices are actually rising in the oil market. Over the longer term, I think it's likely we will struggle to get our production past 2 million barrels per day. We may see this range continue for a few more months, but possibly towards the later half of the end of the year, we may see production recover back above 1.5, maybe 1.6, 1.7 million barrels per day.
So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that one. But thank you so much, Dolapo, for coming through for us, and of course bringing us up to speed with regards to the oil and gas, how they might, of course, be reacting.